What's going on? What's going on, man? Monday, July 14th is 7 p.m. 7 p.m., man, and really I ain't doing much, man. I'm just cruising at this point. I'm just cruising right here on the highway, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy. I don't got my things, right? My little tripod or my little stand that I usually do, or that I usually have for my car videos, right? And honestly, I wasn't even planning on doing a video, right? But I don't know, I just figured I'd talk about it, right? Bruh, I mean, I just keep it on me, right? Bruh, sometimes, man, my anxiety, dude, you know what I mean? But thank God, right? And I'm not here to push nothing on nobody, right? Whatever people believe in, they believe in, right? But thank God, lately, I've been doing just a lot better, right? I've been doing just a lot better with my anxiety. And sometimes, right, like, it just hits me. It hits me, right? And then more than anything, bro, it's the anxiety, right? The anxiety. And now another thing about it, right? Bro, it's the thoughts that are being produced, right? And it's crazy, right? Because you would think, right? You would think, right? Like, it's my mind, they're my thoughts. But sometimes it's not really like that, right? It's not really like that, right? The spontaneous way of thinking, right? Because, for example, right, you can set up your day, right? You can set up your day with your routines, but some way, somehow, right? At least me, right? I'll have a little bit of free time. The things that I gotta do, right, are taken care of. And then that's when, I don't want to say it like that, right? But that's when, you know, stuff hit the fan, right? That's when stuff hit the fan, right? And not only, right? Not only these spontaneous thoughts, right? Because you got to understand, right? And everything that you do, right? Whether it's right or whether it's wrong, you know what I mean? Or any action that you choose to do, right? Or any activity that you choose to do, right? Before you do it, it's a thought, right? It's a thought. You know what I mean? Just being careful, right? Being careful. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I've been doing a whole lot better as far as, like, understanding that a lot of times out of 10, right? Or 9 times out of 10, right? The thoughts that are being produced in our mind really aren't our thoughts, right? You know, because you got to understand, right? You're living life, right? You're being bombarded with a lot of these things, right? With the shows or whatever it is, right? Music as well, right? You know, a lot of the music that is out there, or not necessarily that's out there, also too, that I might when I choose to indulge in certain things, right? You know, they talk about a lot of stuff, right? And then that's when those thoughts come in, right? Not necessarily those thoughts, right? But over the days, right? Over the days and over the time, right? But just be careful, right? Now let me just say it right there. Like, let me stop it right there, right? Now it becomes a thought, right? A spontaneous thought, bro, that just came out of nowhere, out of the blue, right? then what follows? What follows? Bruh, out of the blue, bruh, spontaneous action or reaction. You see what I'm saying, right? Like lately, bruh, I've been getting a lot of, I don't want to say anxiety, right? I don't want to say it like that either, too, because that sounds pretty harsh. You know what I'm saying? But it's finding a way, man. It's finding a way, man, to nip those thoughts in the bud, bruh. Put a halt, bruh. Put a halt to it because, but like I said, right, from just a thought, right, and not only a thought, right, an action that you choose to do, it could change, right? It could change the whole course of, for sure, that day, that week, that month. You know what I'm saying? And I've been just thinking a lot, like, you know, like I said, right? After I take care of my business, right? The things that I gotta do, right? You know, my responsibilities, right? That's when keeping myself occupied comes into play, right? Keeping myself busy comes into play, right? As far as like, bruh, lately I've been just thinking a lot, right? I have put a lot of things down, right? I have let go of a lot of things, right? As far as like drinking, chiefing, stuff like that, right? It's been actually a few years now since I've indulged in those things, right? Since I've participated in things of that nature, right? Sometimes, like, I be thinking about it, right? And I be like, bruh, it's been about 2 years, right? Not necessarily, right? But the last time I drank and I chiefed, right, was December 31st. December 31st, 2023, right? The last time. And see, this is the thing about bruh, like I said, right? Keeping yourself occupied, right? Having short-term goals, having long-term goals as well, right? And I be thinking, right, like, bro, it's cool, bro. Go get a, like, how can I say it, right? Like, probably don't be so uptight with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so hard on myself. Relax a little bit. Go have a drink. Or go to the store. Go get you something to chief. You know what I'm saying? And the sun is hitting hard, right? Now, I mean, it's cool. I'm gonna get this little turn, right? But and then I just think about it, right? I think about the way my life is going, right? Thank God I'm in a cool spot. I'm in a cool space, right? It's getting better. I'm getting better. I'm learning how to control certain things, right? How to have patience with myself and practice patience with myself. You know what I'm saying? About being able to clear my mind. About being able to clear my mind, and not only that, being able not to fall victim of my own my own, bro, because you gotta understand, right? The only person that could mess me up is myself. The only person that can get me into any trouble is myself, with my choices, my actions, and my decisions. Now, like I said, right, I'm not here to knock nobody, right? I know the type of personality I have, that I have this like very, because other people would tell me like, bruh, it's cool, it's okay, bruh, you can have you a drink, bruh. But I'm that type of person, right? I know, right? Because of trial and error, right? About, bro, the type of personality I have with these things, right? With these activities, right? Now, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not trying to make it seem like I won't never ever have a drink ever again in my life. I'm not trying to make it seem like that. Don't get me wrong, though. That is the goal. That is the goal, bro. Now, I don't want to be too hard on myself, right? And I understand, right, that there's going to be a time and place. Like, don't get me wrong. I've thought about it, right? Like, if I go to Mexico to go see my dad, bro, or to go visit the family that I do got over there, right? Like, how would I not, right? Like, don't get me wrong, like, in the sense of like, bro, in vacation mode or something like that, right? Like, yeah, bro, it's not mandatory. It's not like, but it's something that I've considered, right? Like, bro, all right, bro, if the occasion calls for it, like I said, right, but I would have to be in another country, bro. Like, to be here and to be here, I'm born and raised here, right? I'm born and raised right here, bro, in the United States, right? But to be here, bro, it don't feel right, bro. That's just me, right? It don't feel right, bro. It don't feel right. I feel like out here, bro, in my hometown, bro, where I'm at, bro, I have to be on my toes, bro. I gotta be 100% locked in, bro, and 100% focused, right? And now, don't get me wrong, right? Like, I have been, but I know and understand, right, how a decision can change. It can become a detour. I think that's a better way of putting it. It could become a detour, bro, and I can take a detour, and instead of focusing on my goals, my short-term goals, my long-term goals, bro, now I'm gonna get put into this. Now I'm gonna put myself, my dreams, my aspirations on hold, right? Because I'ma then get comfortable indulging in these things, right? Just because I know myself, right? And then it's like, all right, bro, if you don't wanna hurt yourself, because this is the thing too, right? It's picking between the lesser of the evils. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, right? Because I've been addicted to something super stronger than these things, right? But at the end of the day, bro, it don't matter what it is, right? When you are addicted to something, whether it's something as simple as food, and for whatever reason, bro, you cannot put the food down, or you cannot put, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it don't matter, right? So I think about it, right? And I'd be like, should I go over here? Should I go over here? Or should I go over here, right? Which, all these things to me are bad, right? Because they have brought nothing but bad in my life. But, oh no, not but. They have brought, like, they have had their share, they have taken a toll on my life, right? Whether it's something as simple, bro, as chiefing, and then you do, and then, or this, or drinking, or something, something else. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, if you don't want to do this, why don't you go over here? But nah, bro, I've been doing so good, bro. But like I said, right, bro, about not being perfect, right? I ain't perfect, bro. And understanding that, bro, right now, for me, right now, for me, bro, it's the most, it's a very big, crucial time in my life, right? As far as like, it's either now or never, bro. It's either I'm gonna chase my dreams, bro. It's either I'm gonna be focused, right? And I'm gonna stay consistent with these things, right? With this. Being consistent with staying clean. With staying clean. Because, like I said, right? You will never know. You will never know how it feels until you try. You will never know how it feels until you do it. You understand what I'm saying? For you to understand, right? For you to understand the way certain things, bro, affect you, and the way certain things have dragged you, or at least me, right? The way certain things have put a halt to my life, right? Because then the days turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into months, the months turn into years, bro. Now it's just a whole snowball effect, right? Or it's a whole, it's a whole detour, right? And I'm talking about these detours, right? If you're not careful, or because I've been there, right? They can last, right? And now I'm unfocused. I'm unfocused, and I'm not concentrating in the things that I need to be concentrated in. You understand what I'm saying? In the things that I need to do with myself. And yeah, right. And right now I feel like it's a very pivotal, it's a time, right, for me, that it's like, bro, it's either now or never, bro. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Life happens and stuff happens, right? I get it. I understand. Cool. But that's the situation that sometimes I think about it, right? I think about it. And I'll be like, all right, bro, what you want to do, bro? Do you want this short term? How can I say it, right? This short term, cup of noodle, quick feel good. You understand what I'm saying? You want the short term gratification, right? Or do you want to, bro? Do you want to focus on the things that you want to do, bro? Because there's things, bro. I'm sure everybody, right? I want to accomplish things, right? But I know and understand, right, that if I don't focus myself, if I don't stay consistent, and if I don't stay disciplined, the things that I want in life, bro, aren't just gonna come, and they aren't just gonna happen overnight. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't know. I just been thinking, right? Just quick little. But yeah, man, staying focused, bro. Stay focused, bro. And whatever it is that you want to do, right? And I'm talking to you, and then I'm talking to me too. Stay focused, bro, because the hard work that you put in, right? The discipline from restraining from these things, right? Whatever it is, I don't know what you got going, but restraining from whatever it is that is a weakness of mine, and staying consistent, staying focused, bro, staying on my square on the things that I want in life, bro, are gonna pay off. I know they are. But yeah, man, until next time, bro. Until tomorrow, bro. Peace.